time they've got. But,
yes, a big victory at Football Park yesterday to Woodville. Certainly the media critics were way offline. Woodville came out and played a superb game and really steamrolled Central District, and I understand the Bulldogs have served their punishment under the watchful eye of Cowboy Neil at Elizabeth Oval this morning. Let's have a look at some of the highlights of that game.
Hull, he can't gather it.
Now it's taken well by Girdham. Swings around on the left boot. It's a long wobbly kick to the square. There's a big mark over the top. Oh, great mark. Big man to make it.
It goes to centre where Cousins picked the ball up. He has an airy. Ralph Seward. Bit of hard work today for Ralphie. Ron Fuller drives through centre half forward, lines up the goals. Will it bounce through? In fact, it has. Great goal, Ron Fuller. That's his second kick. Goal number 1.
Stephen Trigg out wide and has found Fraser. Gee, covers a lot of ground for a forward pocket player. Right down on the centre wing. It's a long kick. He's found man to make a one out from behind. Oh, big mark. Great stuff, Rudy Mandamaker. Ball comes to ground. Through hard was Cousins. Well done, Wilson. Got out a long handball to McDonald. Now, this looks more promising. The Warriors go long. That's a lot better play. McDonald's kick was a superb one. That's a great mark, Nichols.
Ball's punched clear of him. Back with McDonald. Now, Jackie, gee, there's a lot of players in that area. Kevin Harris on the right foot. He goes direct. At the back is Nichols. He's read it better and he's marked. Well, Butler came out. He didn't read it well. This will be kick number 5 for Krieg. If he goes back, he could easily kick it. He's on his left foot with the breeze blowing the ball in. In fact, that's the way he goes. To the edge of the goal square. Up and a big mark was Bubner. Oh, he hasn't paid it, the umpire, as the ball now goes through from Bubner. Oh, what about a comedy of errors?
Now the ball's come back to Rowe, out to Connolly, and the Dogs can get out of trouble here, and that's a long kick out the direction of Hull. Hull being pressured by Rogers. He's got rid of him, though. He did that superbly. Now he's looking for the pass. It's a long one into Mandamaker. He's got front possession. Oh, and he's got a strong pair of hands, too. Beautiful play, Rudy Mandamaker.
He has the kick. Forward he goes, looking for Trigg. There's Nolan, chips over the top, no one home for the Warriors. There's the big fella Mandamaker, and 30 yards clear. He's marked now on the left foot. Oh, he's not frightened to play on. And Rene Van Dommel at centre half forward.
Hull does the ruck work, but Libas gets a tap. Straight down to Nolan, kicks on its way. Mandamaker front position, trying to take a one hand, and he's caught the whack in the scone. Oh.
Bubner's first to recover. He accelerates away. On the left foot he goes, looking into Mandamaker at full forward. A push in the back. The umpire hasn't seen it. He's paid the mark. Play on, and it's a goal.
McDonald plays on quickly with a short pass out to Lunn. He dropped it, but had time to recover. Back to Parker, getting themselves in a little bit of trouble, the Warriors. Out of it now with a quick pass out to Haylock. Play on the call. Bowman got that one over to Harris again. He's starting to get back into the game. Over the top to Taylor. This is a great build-up, the Warriors. And he's banged it through the middle. Great play, the Warriors. Hannum got the handball out towards Haylock. Now through goes Sewer. He tries to burst his way through the pack. He was dispossessed. Taylor grabs one, snapshot on its way, and it's through. Oh, he holds the hands up. He's happy about that. That's his 3rd goal. Cousins down. Tap went straight to Bowman. Bowman and turn out to McDonald. Now he's had a snapshot. The umpire's making plenty of ground. In fact, it's not that much ground after all. It's a great goal.
Forward looking forward towards Bubner. He gathers the ball in. Is hit heavily, but plays on. He's a desperate man, Bubner. He's trying to get his game going and help the Bulldogs up the ladder. Now Krieg goes forward, bounces in front of goals. In fact, it's bounced through. Kick number 9. Kick number 19. Peter Krieg, what a game he's had.
Handball in the back of the pack, so too is Stephen Schwert. Handball comes out quickly to Wilson. He's besieged upon. Now out towards Harris. Now he's got a paddock. Now he's had one bounce. He can keep running if he wants to. Nichols wanted it short. Kick number 14 coming up. He can go all the way home if he wants to. He's done that. Great play, Kevin Harris, the Woodville ruck rover, the vice-captain. He's banged that one right through the middle, and that's a great individual effort. It's a long handball out. Ooh, Connolly tried to take out a player then. Templeton it was. Templeton recovers well. Now Spears out a pass looking for Nichols from behind. Oh, big leap. Great mark, Nichols. Superb mark. Nichols gets it onto his left boot. Well, right boot quickly. Van Dommel over the top. Punched the ball out, but it's only to find Templeton. Now, if he can pick this up, he's got one opponent to beat. Does it well. Puts it back into the centre of the ground. And Nichols, great mark. Oh, they can do no wrong, the Warriors.
They certainly couldn't. 27-20, a massive score there to Central District, 11-15. Harris booted 7, Nichols 6, Taylor 4 for the Warriors. Mandamaker, Rudy Mandamaker, he got 5 for Central District. He's going to be one of those players, Mandamaker. I think he's always going to have his first name said whenever you mention his name.
It's very rhythmic.
Yes, it is. Actually, we've had some unusual little sayings this morning, haven't we?
We have.
Starty Tart was Ian Day's, and Kim just hit us with one then. If you're halfway between saying bulldogs and dogs, you come out with Boggs. If you heard that during the call then. But it's that's no criticism. I tell you what, if they picked up everything that we said incorrectly,
it's just a comment, isn't it?
It is. Craig Braddy and John Martin, thanks for joining us for the game. And Craig, you punishment this morning, is it? Is that the right word?
Yes, this morning it is. Yeah.
Do you train Sundays, Craig?
We have a non-compulsory run every Sunday, yeah, which you know, most blokes come down and get a bit of treatment or go for a bit of a run, but this morning it was a little bit more than just a run.
You'll dispense with the moustache, I noticed.
Yes, clean cut image.
After last week, getting a draw out of that game with South, what's gone wrong in the last 2 weeks? Because certainly the last 2 weeks has been far different from what happened in the previous 4.
Yeah, it's very difficult to know, but I suppose if I knew that, I'd probably be sitting in the coach's box every week. I really don't know. It's perhaps a little bit of commitment or, you know, application. The work rate, I think, has been down the last couple of weeks.
Commitment was poor yesterday.
Yeah,
For an important game, they could have consolidated themselves into the 5, and I thought it was very disappointing yesterday. There's probably 3 or 4 players, and that would be Cousins, Krieg, Mandermaker and Hearn, who was playing his 100th game, that could honestly hold their hand up and say they gave 100% yesterday.
But Woodville were great, apparently. 27 goals, John. In your wildest dreams, did you envisage that happening?
No, it was a great effort. It's the highest score that Woodville's ever kicked.
And I've got to say this, I saw you last week against West Torrens, and after half-time you just weren't there. So a self-respecting critic couldn't pick you to win.
No,
I did.
Oh, yeah, but self-respecting critic...
All right.
Sorry, Kim, I couldn't...
I got 5, actually.
Did you really?
Yes,
I got
I
4. But apart from that, marvellous, you know, everybody's just risen another notch on the ladder.
Oh, it was coming. We were training really well the last 2 weeks, and it was just a matter of time before the players, everything came together for them.
Obviously, Kevin Harris is the key to it, though. 7 goals.
Yes, played a top game.
The way the side was picked interested me. Nichols at full forward was obviously one that worked. Did you start on centre wing?
Yes, I did. I stayed on Bubner all day.
Right.
So he went to the half-forward flank.
That worked. So
Yes.
a lot of thought obviously went into picking a side to beat Central District.
Yes, the Centrals had got Trigg and Bubner on the wings, and they're over 6 foot tall. You don't put 5'4" players on them, so
Sure.
that was why Lunny and I were on the wings.
The
You
centre?
blokes haven't got that many tall blokes.
No,
have
we
you?
haven't. No.
And who played in the centre?
Ron Fuller played in the centre.
Right. And did well?
He did, yes. Kicked a couple of good goals.
Yeah. Craig, Rudy Mandermaker, here we go again. He's a player, I spoke to Cowboy Neil at the beginning of the year about him, and Alan Jeans had him at Hawthorn. He's a player that could be anything, really, couldn't he?
Yeah, look, he really has got a tremendous football brain. He's thinking all the time. Yesterday he passed off a couple of goals that perhaps other full forwards might have had a shot at. You know, he's a good team man. He's got a good pair of hands and a fair sort of kick. Yeah, he could be a really good player.
Craig, how come it took him so long to get his chance then?
Well, I think
49 this year. In the reserves.
Well, he kicked 15-5 last week, which is a fair whack at that 49.
Yeah.
Plus, he has been kicking goals in the seconds. It's probably a little bit difficult to change a winning side. We've had some good wins over the last 3 or 4 weeks prior to the last 2 weeks. So we have had a winning side. It's pretty hard to change a winning combination.
Yeah, it was a superb effort yesterday. 15 kicks and 12 marks from full forward.
Can't do better than that. Central have had a history this year of making fellas really earn their spot. And Michael O'Neill really languished in the reserves for quite a number of weeks before he got his chance, as I recall. And the same appears to have happened with this Rudy Mandermaker guy. But he's there to stay, it would appear.
I think so, yes.
And Michael O'Neill go on with it yesterday?
Michael probably was a bit quiet yesterday to what he has been.
In comparison.
Yeah.
Craig, David Flintoff was a real architect for Central District when he moved to the centre, Scott Leader roving. The last couple of weeks, David's been down?
Well, yeah, our running players have been down the last 2 weeks.
I mean, they're the players that their game isn't made by other people. I mean, they've got to make their own game. Has there been an injury problem or something wrong there?
No, there's no injury problem with either of those players. As I said, our running players perhaps have just been down a bit the last couple of weeks.
Stephen Nichols, fired up?
Yes.
If he fires, he's a bit similar to a few blokes around town. If he fires the side, like Kevin Harris and he, are the key, obviously, to the goal side of Woodville, John.
Yes, he's got a great set of hands, Stephen.
And do you like the wing? That's about the 10th spot you've played this year, isn't it?
Yes.
I've seen the centre-half back ruck against Talons, you're in the ruck.
Yes.
First ruck of the first half. Centre-half forward, played full-back.
In the reserves, I think Roger Luter's kicked 10 on me.
It's very, you know, it's a side they can throw around over there.
Well, he hasn't been at full-back since, which is...
John, what about Malcolm Blight? Not as happy as one would have expected after the win?
Well, I think we'll be a lot happier if we win next week.
Yeah.
North
So
Adelaide
fairly
next
low
week.
key, obviously.
Yes, that's right.
With the training this morning with Cowboy, is that something that that Cowboy would normally do? Exact that sort of punishment? I mean, you're on the track for how long?
Well, we got
Still
down
there.
We started at 9:30 this morning, and I left around about 11 o'clock. They were still out in the track then, heading off up to Elizabeth Centre Centre to go for a bit of a run, come back to the track, I think.
What about after the game yesterday? We understand that he left the game pretty quickly to see the reserves, I think.
Yes.
Did he say anything?
He didn't say a lot yesterday. I think probably after an effort like we put on yesterday, there wasn't really much he could say. Ranting and raving after a game like that